Bravo 6. Going dark.
This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. Get a dot to your top like the letter I. That bitch be lowercase, all of my soldiers straight. If I tell them to shoot, then they gon' shoot, and they ain't even asking which soul to take. You see Noodle and crew, then you better move, cause your team, they're about to dissipate. Get round to your top, and to your bottom, your body resemble a number 8. Little pass me the gun, I'ma shoot him too. Put rounds in his chest like a hula hoop. If Doodle gon' vote, then I'm voting too. We don't keep no imposters among us, dude. I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. Said I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up.
Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing the TCL semifinals between USIFY versus ONUR6. USIFY actually finished off the regular season undefeated, and they're coming into the tournament so far doing really well. They get past ONUR6 today, and they move on to the finals to face the winner of TE and Decoy. So it should be an exciting match. I got DG Darkness on comms today, so welcome in, DG.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So chat, they're getting some tanks picked. They picked, it's USIFY's home team, so they get both map picks tonight. And they've currently picked Pearl River for their first one. We all know Pearl River's a tough one on assault. You know, the defense team spawns right dead center of the city. The attacking team's got 3 separate spawns along the outside edges. They have to work their way in. They either got to kill everybody or get a cap to win here. It's a really hard push. There's essentially only 3 ways to get into that city. You got a road to the top left, a road to the top right, and then a road in the bottom, basically middle. So USIFY's got 3 little entrances they have to guard. They got to be careful to not get sniped out from distance, right? But it's really hard to push into that city without losing a lot of health getting there. So it'll be interesting to see how ONUR6 handles this.
Yeah, and especially from the city, it's really hard to get vision, especially if you got good camo, especially if if you have a good distance from them. Like it's blind from the city, but at the same time, they're not going to be able to push you without you seeing them first.
Right. I mean, it's tough. This is one of the maps that I kind of fear, right? So I played in this tournament, and I was always really worried when I wasn't home team that the enemy team was going to pick this map, just out of the fact that I don't really know that I could come up with a way to get into that city without losing multiple tanks. And then when you get there, you got to win, right? Like, you got to win the brawl. So if you lose tanks going in or you lose a lot of health going in, it's kind of, it's rough, right? So I don't know what ONUR6 is going to do here. In my personal opinion, the only real safe way to get to that city is to kind of cut across the mid there. I don't really know the exact coordinate, but it's like middle of the map, middle underneath the bottom side of that city. You can get across there without getting shot from the city, and then you can work your way up into the roads that lead in, right? So you can do that without bleeding and losing health. But then when you get there, you got 3 entrances that you got to get into, right? So it's just tough all the way around.
I just want to know like what they're gonna do on defense. Like what tanks are they gonna pick? Are they gonna stick with the Caliban? Are they gonna try and use T-32s, defenders, IS-3s? You know, like, I'm curious of like what can stop a push from coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll see some maybe Tiger 2, T-32,
Hmm.
Caliban maybe. I don't know.
You
It's gonna
might
be
see
really
the
weird.
low.
All right, they got 8 tanks picked. I'm gonna make sure everybody's ready. Because I am hosting the room, crazy enough, and I'll probably forget that I'm hosting the room.
And I'll
And
Wait,
keep reminding you.
are you commentating on a comp game right now?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you guys were doing that. I'll leave the party.
you're good, buddy.
Now, my experience with Tier 8 comp is very limited. I have some, but it's not as extensive as, Tier 10 comp.
Right. All right, they're ready. We're gonna launch. Oh, we got Samurai, which is gonna spectate this. There we go. I think I got it set right.
Looks like it. Oh, you got Shen's back in.
All right,
At
let's
that
launch
point,
it
just
up.
ban him.
We're gonna get Samurai in the comms here in just a second. The unfortunate thing is, I think he's got to use Discord, so the guy Darkness is not gonna be able to hear him.
I mean, yeah, I could use Discord too, but
All right, so out of USIFY side, we got a Paladin, T56, Iron Rain, not surprised there. Immense Gamer in the Tiger 2, which last time we were on this map, this guy was a true battler in that thing. A Carnivon and another T56. So a nice little solid defense setup out of USIFY.
on your Sixers side, we have 3 T-32s, 1 T-34, 2 defenders, and 2 Stone Colds. And I'm telling you, those Stone Colds, they pack some damage. Really good DPM, really solid heat velocity, good heat pen. It's all around really good tank for Tier 8.
Yeah, it's a solid tank. They've got to really get across here. And this is the spot I was talking about, chat. You can make crosses right here and you can get into the city for free, right? Whether they do that or not, we'll see. Well, I say they get into the city. They can get to the city. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to
Getting
do
to
that.
city is one thing. Yeah,
I think
getting to city is one thing. Pushing city is another.
I think ONUR6 has definitely done their research. They know how to get to the city anyway. A lot of teams make the mistake and they try to cross out in the fields and stuff and they just get bled.
Paladin spotted. Oh, yep, Stone Cold. There you go. Just 1-2, real quick.
Yeah, and he dropped him almost to half health. I mean, that's big at Tier 8.
And guess what? Card is already loaded.
And look, it's not a bad idea to keep your stone codes out here because there are a lot of peaks, like they're going to have a lot of shots here, especially when ONUR6 heavy start putting pressure and these guys start moving around in the city. These stone codes can do some big bleeds. I'm not real big on the one, Polar Uncle Buck over here alone.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he's ISO'd. He's probably going to go for the proxy spots. That's, I'm assuming, trying to get cover fire by the other Stone Cold. Probably by the other Skoda or Defender.
He's kind of playing with fire in my opinion, but I think he's going to work his way around.
Now, it's true ONUR6 does have an HP advantage, but that's going to dissipate very quickly once they make the initial push into town.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are going to be fighting uphill, right? And that's already difficult. Fighting uphill is just, it's hard.
Well, absolutely. And I think Beaver knows that he's going to probably have to die for the push to happen. Or someone's going to have to eat all the shots so that their teammates can get in there and do the damage. We got Uncle Buck trying to get the proxy spots, make sure they know where all the positions are,
Mm-hmm.
which is smart.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the Specca is we have no idea who's gets spotted or nothing. So
Yeah.
that's unfortunate, but you could assume this Tiger
Cutter
2
took a
is
shot coming
spotted.
in. Oh, yeah. And here comes the push. Or at least the pre-push.
Yeah, them coming around this way, I mean, again, it doesn't really matter where they go. This is a hard push regardless.
Yep.
They're doing it right, though. They're going to do a double push on both entrances here. Caliban fired. He's on a reload. He did. I don't know if he bounced or missed.
Well, he tracked him. He
Oh,
tracked
okay.
easy.
Ooh, the other Caliban put in some
Beaver's
work on the
running low,
defender.
yeah. Beaver's going to probably have to die here. Now, if we look on the other side is looking pretty good. They get the Paladin down 2 shots from the Stone Cold earlier. Super Bono took a hit. We got Monkeynomics getting bled by McNarvin. Yeah, the main assault on the front is being handled pretty well. Yeah, Metallica's going to die for it, but his 3 other teammates behind him are pretty healthy.
Yeah, they're doing a good job trading.
But they're still getting kills here.
Oh, big hit there. Iron Rain put a nice shot into him.
Yeah. Now, the problem is, yes, they're all alive, but they have nothing to share. Or they have no
Yeah.
hit points to spread among the teammates.
Tiger 2's gonna
At
go
this
down and
point-
kill the. Yeah, he's gonna kill that guy. He's gonna
Yep.
flank now.
At this point, Irishman needs to push and take the hits.
Yeah, they're just giving time for Mintz to get around. He's gonna get some butt shots on this
Yep.
guy.
That Caliban's a nasty tier.
It really is. That thing hurts. And honestly, it's a game changer, man. Even if all he hit, if he just pins you once and then dies, you just lost half your health or 3/4 of your health if
Yeah.
you're the right tier 8. So GG's to ONUR6 on that one. USIFY is going to go up 1 here. I mean, look, man, ultimately it's a really hard push into that city.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think honestly, given the setup, you could probably put the best team in the world against any defense on that, and they're gonna have problems, right? Like everything's gonna have to go perfect for you. You're gonna have to pin all your shots, maybe even get like an ammo rack. You're gonna have to get really lucky to get into that city without, sacrificing a lot of health or most of your tank. So GG to USIFY on that one. Over on their side, we got a Mince Gamer. Top of the board like he was last time in that Tiger 2. He loves that thing. He does good in it. 3 kills, 3,100 damage. Got T for TK in the Caliban. 2 kills, 1,900 damage. We got Super Bruno in the Skoda T56. 1 kill, 1,450. Demon Lord in the Paladin. 1 kill, 1,407. It's Burns in the Skoda T56. 1,269. Monkeynomics in the Carnivon with 1,000. Thrush in the Iron Rain. 1 kill, 899. And Gino in the Caliban with 767. He actually hit 3 shots for 700, so I guess he was just splashing people low. I didn't really see.
Yeah, he was. I remember T for TK was loading AP at the start of the game, but I guess he was like, you know what? Shoot HE, get the tracks, get the consistent damage.
For sure.
Do you want me to go over on your 6?
Yep.
Over on your 6, we have Mr. Irishman with the T34 doing 1,500 damage. And I'm surprised to see that the T34 was the top damage dealer. That T34 has little to no DPM. You
Yeah.
shoot once and you're on reload for what, 12 seconds? Like it hurts. Now we have Brother Butane, T32 with 1,200 damage. Cutter with a Stone Cold, 819 damage. Now, at the start of the game, Cutter did get the initial 2 shots in. I believe it was on the Paladin. Yeah, it was on a Paladin at the start of the game. Ghost is mad. Defender, 1 kill, 560. Metallica Boy with the T32 for 450 damage. Beaver and a Defender with 394 damage. We got Monster and a T32 with 299 damage. And Uncle Buck, Stone Cold, for 298 damage. Now, Uncle Buck was the one who was going around and proxy spotting everyone. So, even though he's on the bottom, that doesn't mean he's the bottom on the team support.
Yeah, no, he was definitely getting some vision, getting them some knowledge. They decided where they could, push into that city because of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to give the room host over to Samurai here. It makes it a lot easier to run the stream, not having to worry about the room. All right, he'll get the side swap now to be ONUR6 in the city on defense and USIFY pushing. And good luck to him because there is a ton of people in here. So yeah, chat in between. Just kind of a reminder. Tomorrow is Friday. We got the wargaming stream. If you're a fan, you come in, you spectate, or you watch these comp streams. Kind of keep it in your mind. Maybe drop a suggestion of wargaming to kind of focus on some updates for the spectator HUD. We're missing a lot of items. I know they're working really hard over there. They got a lot of things going on and a lot of different things they're working on. So sometimes little things kind of get passed, right? But we're missing some stuff that we really need in the spectator HUD. The time clock. We don't have a time clock. We really need that back. And then we've passed along some suggestions. Maybe give us some info when people are spotted, module damage, crews hurt, things like that, right? So maybe pop a reminder to them in their Discord. Maybe pop a reminder to them in their stream. Kind of show your support for the competitive streams, and hopefully we'll see some changes going forward. And if you guys are interested in TCL, sorry, excuse me. If you guys are interested in TCL, I'm sure Samurai or one of the other mods that are in the stream can drop you a link to their Discord. You're more than welcome to go in there. Anybody be happy to help you out, maybe get your team involved in some comp. I think next season they've already voted. It's ready. It's set in stone. It's going to be tier 9s, I believe, NBA. So we won't be in this assault mode anymore, and we'll kind of be off the meta, right? A lot of people get aggravated at the meta, tier 10. So we'll be playing tier 9, so it should be interesting.
Now, USFI was able to defend pretty well. Now the question is, can they push pretty well?
Yeah, I mean that's always the thing, right? You got to defend it. It's your map pick. You're clearly confident in your ability to defend it, but are you confident in your ability to attack it, right? Because you don't necessarily want to just give up a round. You want to try to be up 2 going into the next map.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they've got a plan for it. They've played this map 2 or 3 different times. I think they've picked it a few times. I don't know that they've ever won the attack, but I do know I missed one of their games, so maybe they did that one. But the last one we streamed, they played this map. Their attack, they got it really close. They could have won it, but the defending team didn't stay in the city. They kind of pushed out into the edges and stuff, so I think it gave them a little bit of an advantage. But they did. They got it really close. They just couldn't get it done. Maybe they'll get it this time. We'll see what happens.
Now, if you were on the attacking side, what tank would you want to play to try and push the Pearl River defense?
Honestly, if it was me, I would have 3 T56s, couple of the Stone Codes, or their unskinned counterpart,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe a couple Paladins. I want DPM and the T56. Yeah, it's an autoloader, got a little bit of a reload in between, but they really dish out some nice damage there at the beginning. So if you get 3 of those to focus fire, you're deleting a couple of tanks, right? And then you got
Yeah.
your Paladin, which has the DPM behind you while they're reloading. Your T56s they can just cover, right? Stone Colds are kind of going to flank, just look for shots, kind of come in on the overmatch, and just kind of use them as bait, really. I think that would be the play that I would go with. Which, on their attack, they've got an Iron Rain, an ISU 152K, a Vanguard, a Barras, a Skoda TV, well, 3 TVD6s. So there you go, 3 TVD6. I think they really dish out a lot of burst damage, right? They're pretty critical.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you don't really have the same worry you do at tier 10 with the VZ, right? Where it's kind of a 50-50 chance, you know, if you pin some of the shots. At tier 8, that T56, you can pretty well, as long as you aim your shots correctly, you can pretty well guarantee you're pinning both shots. I'm going to assume USIFY is going to try to take the same route in. It's essentially the only safe route in. If they do, they've got a little bit of a journey to make here. They're heavy spawned on the furthest away.
Now, they would have get some good shots in, though, from on the T-34.
Oh!
Shots in the Iron Rain, or from the Iron Rain, I'm sorry.
That's big.
And in Barask.
USIFY was able to get their Vanguard down here, and he's going to be able to run this road around and keep the majority of their team lit.
Yeah, that's all he's got to do.
They may be able to just bleed this from a distance. Find the angles. I mean, there's a lot of angles. Paladin taking some damage from the Barask here. Yep. ONUR6 is going to have to slow their roll. They've got to get into a big hit on the Stone Cold. I mean, he's down almost half health now. They're going to have to get into positions and just stop. And just, you know, there are places in there where you cannot get shot from the outside. I don't know. Maybe that was, maybe that's USIFY's play. Maybe this is their strat, you know, early bleeds and then maybe make a push once you bleed them down. We don't have a timer, but I'm going to assume we're down around the 8-minute mark.
Now, I was sitting here thinking that, oh no, USIFY has, you know, not a whole lot of hit points, but they made the hit point deficit up very quickly.
They definitely made up for it. They're bleeding them. They're bleeding them easily here.
Yeah, because the problem is the ONUR6 has no vision, and there's so many different angles that the USIFY is covering for.
Looks like they've got this defender lit up. Actually, no, I think it's the Stone Cold that's lit back here. And they're just trying to blind fire him or something.
Yeah, it has to be. But, to the credit of ONUR6, they're not pushing out. All they have to do is just sit there and just hold the shots.
Yeah, they're definitely doing what they should. Just stay here. I mean, they are down a tank, but this is still winnable for them. Realistically, all they've got to do is run the time clock down and keep you know, USIFY from capping, honestly, and they win.
I cannot see the timer.
Nope, the timer doesn't exist. We've got to be getting close to the 5-minute mark. 5 to 6 minute mark. USIFY is doing a really good job at trying to find angles on these guys in this city. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're being patient, which, I mean, they have to be.
Yeah, no. They're going to make a move here. They're pushing their heavies across.
Looks like the Brass can shoot the Stone Cold, I think. It's crazy. Or maybe the ISU can see the T-32.
Yeah, now that's a good possibility. He may be in trouble through this little wall here. They do have shots on him.
Yeah.
They decided not to play around with it too long though. Monkeynomics and yep.
Slam, yep.
They're coming in down here. They've got to be really careful though. I mean, they do have a Skoda kind of watching their back end here, and I think that's the Iron Rain. Yeah, it's the Iron Rain. Oh, they were able to get, what was that? Cutter in the Paladin. He's out of here.
Down, yeah. Monkey really trying to beat the shot of a defender right now.
ONUR6 is in a weird position.
Yeah, Men's Gamer is getting shot at by the T-32.
Mm-hmm. They've got him down to a 2-shot.
Shot on T-32's upper plate, yeah. Well, I think that's down for Gamer, yep.
The Vanguard was able to slip on the cap over here. He's going to draw this guy out, and he's going to get shot. No, actually, no. This guy can come around and get a reset if he has to, but I mean, he could die to the Vanguard here. It's absolutely critical that they win this brawl on this backside. US Can's got to win this. They're getting bled pretty hard here. Iron Rain's looking for a shot on this T-32. If he doesn't get the T-32, he's going to get the Stone Cold maybe.
We have Skoda coming for the kill on Ghost. Might be enough on.
They are going to get Ghost out probably. Oh, he bounced a second. No. Oh, he lost for it. Tanks are going down everywhere. It's hard to cover here. Brass come in and he turned the turrets. He turned their turrets. They were able to get the kill. They're going to have to hurry up and turn on this guy.
Looking at the defender.
The Vanguard come in and clipped out.
He's not able to turn his turret.
He got on a reload.
He wasn't able to kill the T-32.
No, he went on a reload and the T-32 got him out.
Metallica may be able to kill Skoda here, or Burns here.
Burns is on a reload. I don't know if he's going to get loaded.
That's a good DPM. Oh my god. Look at that crew. Metallica.
Got him out of here. Crazy. There's absolutely no reason for these guys to go out looking for that Iron Rain.
And they know that.
Yeah, especially considering 3 of them are a one-shot to him. They just need to sit here and win the match, essentially. I think they might try to send one out, it looks like. Crazy turn of events.
What a brawl.
Yeah, I mean, look, USIFY did a really good job bleeding these guys before they made the push. But I guess that just goes to show you how hard it is to get in that city. You know, ONUR6 was down, what, 2 tanks before USIFY made their push in?
Yeah, they're down a tank and a half, yeah.
A tank and a half, yeah, and still couldn't get it done. I mean, that, you know, pushing into that city is tough.
They lost the T-34, and I think Uncle Buck is still at 461. He was at the same amount of hit points as he was from the start of the brawl until now.
Just a really hard push. I mean, there's multiple things working against you. Fighting uphill, vision, angles that you can get shot from. I don't know, man. I've yet to see a team win the push on that. It's just tough. And I don't know if you've ever had this.
Could catch the Stone Cold out here.
Yeah. And I don't know that he can get shot by anybody else either. He might get a kill on the Stone Cold. Stone Cold will get 2 shots off pretty quickly here, though.
Stone Cold's going to find Iron Rain here in any second now. Yep, oh, he found them.
Iron Rain found Stone Cold, yep. There you go. Got both his shots out. He's going to 8-1.
Oh, what a low roll. Oh, that stinks.
Wow. Now he's got to worry about that guy, which is almost loaded and has enough to... I think he can kill him out here, yeah. He's going to come in and get the other 2.
That's game. He has 280 alpha. Oh, no.
He tracked his first one.
Going.
Bounce. No. Iron Rain's got 1 shot left. I mean...
Got 1 more shot. Might as well commit on the Stone Cold because he's going to come here if he doesn't.
T-32's about to get him on the other side here.
Yep.
Stone Cold was able to get him out. GG's to ONUR6 on this one. I mean, I don't know. You know, that's why I think that map's kind of a risky pick. Because you always have that that potential of going tied, right? You just got through with your first map pick. Now you're tied 1-1. I just feel like that map's kind of a risky play for any team, honestly. So over on the scoreboard, I'll do on your 6th side here. We've got Uncle Buck and the Stone Cold, 2,500 damage and 1 kill. Pretty good game out of that guy. Metallica Boy in the T-32, 2 kills, 2,300 damage. Brother Butane in the T-32 with 2 kills, 1,890. Ghost is mad in the Defender with 1,700. Beaver in the T-32 with 2 kills, 1,800. So the T-32s definitely helped carry this game here. Monster in the Scourge with 1 kill, 200 damage. Cutter in the Paladin with 200 damage. And Mr. Irishman was the one that got sniped out at the beginning of the game. T-34, 0 damage here. Interesting enough, so Metallica Boy in the T-32, which I think he was the one that was battling on the backside there with the T-56s.
Yes.
He has a 2250 bounce. So that was that's a potential game changer right there.
Actually, no, it was Beaver and I want to say it was Ghost.
Okay, so then Metallica was on the opposite side.
Yeah, Metallica was on the side with like the mid push, like the mid rock.
Gotcha.
And I think Brother Butane was the T-32 that was sitting on the cab next to the Vanguard.
Yep.
Now on USIFY side, we have Trush and Iron Rain, 1 kill, 2,400 damage. Now the Iron Rain, he did a good job of just sitting back and just waiting for quick pot shots. I remember at the start of the game, I want to say he put 2 shots into Irishman, which is why he died so quickly.
Yeah, he went out quick.
You're eating 1,000 damage inside the turret, and somebody else is hitting you. I mean, yeah, that's not going to feel good. You have Jamal and a Barras for 1,800 damage, 1 kill. Mence Gamer into ISU, 152k, 1 kill, about 1,600 damage. We got Monkey Nomics and Skoda, 1,300 damage. It's Burns and Skoda, 1,300 damage. I do have to commend both Burns and Monkey. It was just the two of them on the back corner with I want to say it was Ghost and Beaver. And they were putting shots in pretty well, but towards the latter half of that push, they weren't able to pen shots and,
Yeah, that's where their bounces were starting to come in.
Right. When you miss one shot or, when one shot hits the track of the defender, and you don't reload, that allows the defender to put another 2 rounds in, and that hurts too. You have Super Bono, Jesus. You have Super and a Barras, 1,000 damage. Vanguard, 418 damage. Honestly, Demon really didn't have to shoot his gun. He could have just stayed where he was, proxy the whole game, and he would have been MVP of the game. That's my honest opinion. And then you have Flam and the Skoda, 1 kill, 167 damage. And that's about it.
Yeah, the Vanguard was on the cap, right? And he could have come in and killed the T-32. He did come in, but he bounced 2 shots. And it kind of got him there. He got killed on the retreat. But if he didn't bounce, he kills that T-32. He could have got a retreat out. I mean, honestly, that push was winnable from USIFY. I think they just made a few mistakes that definitely cost them the game.
Now, the problem with attacking and defending is that those small mistakes, whether it's you hit a track instead of a pen, whether it's you miss a shot, like those are game changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if it's a 490 alpha gun, with Caliban, for example, difference of loading AP or HE, like these differences matter.
No, absolutely. So we're gonna go to Proc for their next map pick. Proc's I like Proc. This is a map that I normally pick when I'm in this tournament. The base is on the north side, same place as like a standard base, or the NBA base. It's like top middle of the map there. So it's really easy to play this map the same as you would like NBA, with the exception if you don't have a right base anymore, so you're just playing for the north cap. You just go for vision, early bleeds, or you can opt to just full send one spot, right? It's tier 8s. If everybody pins shots, you can delete tanks really rapidly. And the more tanks you take out of the game, the less likely they have to win at tier 8. I mean, lots of things can happen, but that's normally how you see this map play out. They just play it like NBA. Send your mediums to the right, send your heavies down middle and left, and just kind of wrap in, take map control, create angles, and start deleting people.
I mean, Proc is one of those maps where it really doesn't matter what game mode it is. No matter what, you're probably going to play the same way.
For sure.
Just as you're saying, whether it's NBA, whether it's standard, whether it's assault, it's going to be the same thing. Mediums on the hill, heavies in center, heavies pushing one line. Like it, bad chats or mediums like flanking around. Like it's always going to play the same way.
Now, the one thing that's kind of unique to Proc on assault mode, right, is you have one base and it's out in the middle of a field. You can essentially stack your whole team up on like that 1-2 line, and cover that base, and then just make sure that you have vision to be able to shoot, and then the enemy team can't get to it without getting spotted and you bleeding. But that's a double-edged knife, because if they get vision on you and they have like iron rains or whatever outside of your vision range, and they can just farm you from a distance. Something that I like doing on this map on defense is actually aggressively pushing the 1-2 line, win that whole side of the map, take the south side all the way to tracks, and force the attacking team to be on the right side of the tracks the whole game, and then just own it. Right? Then they have to push into you, your hull down. It's a really effective strategy. I don't know whether ONUR6 will do that, but that would be my play. Looks like we're waiting on one from USIFY. Oh, and ONUR6. I'm sorry. Both teams.
I feel like on this map, you're really going to see tanks like the Brask and the Vanguard really shine. Having the Vanguard sit on, F1, E1, have the Brask running around like a mini bat chat. Like these smaller, lighter tanks are really going to do the work on the bigger maps, on the bigger
Yeah,
fields.
I suspect we won't see very many heavies. Maybe 1-2 heavies from each team. At least that would be what I would do.
Probably T-32 or like a Paladin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine seeing too many defenders or too many Russian heavies on the side.
And at tier 8, the meta's a little different, right? I mean, if you get vision on somebody and you put 2 shots in them, I mean, you're talking the difference of, at tier 10, 2 shots, you could potentially still be next to full health, right? 3/4 health.
Right.
But at tier 8, you're half health, maybe even a little less. I mean, changes up how you play it. He got the map back to random. Hopefully he notices that before he starts. Spectator room's a little weird. He had to open the room to let a player in, and when you do that, it defaults the map back to random. Looks like USIFY had a player DC.
Can you hear Samurai, or are you not talking to him?
No, he's not in a Discord call. I guess he opted to do it differently because it would be really hard for you two to speak without speaking over each other if you can't hear
Yeah.
each other. Yeah, Samurai's a PlayStation player, and he tries to join with his Xbox app, but it gives a lot of like feedback and bad audio.
Right. Yeah.
So over on USIFY's, or I'm sorry, on ONUR6 side, we've got Cutter and an Aguila, which is an interesting light tank pick. Beaver and a T-32, Brother Butane and a T-32, Uncle Buck and a Stone Cold, Ghost is Mad and a Paladin, Monster and a Scourge, Metallica and a T-32, and Mr. Irishman rounding it out in a Dragon. Pretty heavy lineup from them, really.
I do really like seeing the Agia play from Cutter. That's not a thing you see too often, but I do like how, it's a mini Rampanzer. It's got really good speed, really good pen, you know,
It's a really good
really
light
good
tank.
camo.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
really good light tank. It's just usually you see people play the Vanguard, honestly.
And also from Irishman with the Dragon, Those Hesh rounds don't mess around.
No, they really don't. So it looks like USIFY is going to take a standard attack here. Maybe a little different with the heavies on the right side. Well, Caliban's one of them. I don't really know if you can classify the Caliban as a heavy in this game mode, right? It's more like a,
No.
it's more of a TD, honestly. I mean, it can
No,
brawl, but
you have Jamal putting your 2 shots into Uncle Buck real quick, but now you see ONUR6 is pretty upset by the brass, and they're all trying to blind fire him. You have the T-32s in the back at A2 trying to rapid fire the bush.
unfortunately, they're not shooting the correct position. Which, where they're sitting to get an angle on this bush, it's kind of hard to see because they're looking through multiple trees. I've actually been down there blind firing this. You almost just have to know, right? You just got to train yourself to know. He's probably going to get another couple shots in here on Uncle Buck if he peeks up again. I don't know. He's not in the bush, so the Seguila may come over and spot him.
But also, I think Uncle Buck learned from his lesson to not
peek
too
that.
long. Yeah.
Interesting, though, the Aguila come over and blind fired the wrong place as well. I'm not real sure. Okay, so Jamal's going to get back in the bush. He's going to be pretty safe here as long as he don't fire. Because I mean, up until this point, they haven't even shot at that bush. See, I mean, the defense team can do this. I've seen it work. The only thing that I don't like about it is you give up the entire map, right? And you're really, really relying on your light tank and your medium in the middle to not die. But they're very, very exposed. Barras got 2 shots in on the light tank here.
Jamal's really on the trigger. Good for him.
Yeah, no, he's hitting shots.
Now, I would love to know if he was spotted, but I guess we'll never know.
Oh, you talking about Jamal in the bush?
Yeah.
I doubt it. ONUR6 getting some decent punish.
Yep. Down goes Uncle Buck.
Yeah, this
Sadly,
is the bad thing.
He was a central person that everyone just had sights on.
Yep. It's the bad thing about the strat. You really put your guys in the middle out to die, really. I suspect this light tank's going to go down very soon. He's just doing too much driving, right?
Yeah, once light tank dies, then it's just going to be heavy tanks in a bowl waiting to get shot at and die.
Barras got one more in him. He missed his first one. He got a second one. T-56 missed him. Looked like he hit his track. Good punish on the T-56 coming in, though, out of ONUR6. But the bad thing is Cutter's about to go out here.
The Agia could come in and kill Monkey.
Bounces on the Tiger 2. All misses. Wow, he could have died there.
Yeah, T-32 is really going to start putting shots in.
They're going to start getting bled here. This is the problem I was talking about. You can cover your cap, but you're going to start getting bled for it.
Down goes Cutter.
What's really hurt them bad is they never address the Barras on the one line.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's going to cost them the game, honestly, if they don't get him addressed immediately.
Yeah, now that they have no vision, Nebraska's going to come in. Iron Rain has no threats of being spotted, so he's just going to sit back there and farm the T-32s.
They're blind firing. They're blind fire pinning this guy. Oh, he got spotted there, I think. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think the Dragon spotted him.
I don't know, man. He's not running. He's just kind of chilling. I think they're blind firing.
Well, Iron Rain's going to eat this. Oh, it's going to hurt.
Iron Rain spotted for sure. There's no way that
he got the kill, but he's going to die for it, yeah.
That's good for ONUR6. They've now cleared out the one line. That's what they really needed. Now they've just got to be really careful because USIFY is coming in on them here. Jamal went back up to the bush, man. He's gonna have a big game here.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
He's gonna have a big game here.
Now you have another Brass up at A2 just creeping in as well.
T-32 goes down.
Yep.
They've got
Nebraska's
some
running
people
to
low.
Monster.
Monster's out. This is gonna be really hard for them to clean this up.
Yeah, but the Tigers use a one-shot. Caliban's a two-shot.
Man, that Barask on the one line has worked over this team. They were able to get T for TK out, but I mean, at this point, they just don't have the health to survive.
Yep.
It's kind of what I was talking about, you know. I know teams like to do this on defense, and I have seen a couple of teams make it work. The biggest thing that really hurt on your 6 here is they left that Barask up there in that bush unchecked, right? Like, he's the game changer. If you don't win that one line and take it away from the defense or from the attacking team, you're just going to get farmed, and that's exactly what happened. Jamal sat up there in that bush and put out almost 4K. Absolutely insane. I mean, he was the game changer here. So over on your 6 side, we've got Brother Butane in the T32 with 1794. Beaver in the T32 with 1 kill, 1428. Irishman in the Draugen with 1162. Monster in the Scourge with 1098. Metallica in the T32 with a kill and 800. Ghost is mad in the Paladin with 450. Cutter with 0, but he had the spotted. I mean, he was trying to do his job. I just think he was exposing a little too much and running around. But he had 1164 assists. Uncle Buck in the Stone Cold, he got really punished hard early. 340 assists, no damage.
Do you want to go down USIFY?
I did on your 6.
Okay. On USIFY side, Barask with 3,600 damage, 1 kill. Jamal single-handedly won them that game.
For sure.
Or I guess, yeah. I mean, he got the early spots in, 2 shots into Stone Cold, 2 shots into the Agia, and overall vision. Really keeping the T32 is very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Trush came in, with Eclipse, with Iron Rain, you have 2,800 damage, 1 kill. Crazy Mage with the Inferno, 1,650. Monkey Nomics with Skoda, 2 kills, 1,260. I mean, Monkey, he went center. He killed the Stone Cold. I think he killed the Gia as well.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. Gino with the Brass, 1 kill, 1,020. He crept around, I believe, the top side with the other tanks.
He did.
I think he came out at the end. I think he killed the Scourge. You have Uzumaki, Brass, 2 kills, 663 damage. Fever TK, Caliban, 563. Yes, the Caliban is good for this meta, but at the same time, it's not a sniper. It has to be in your face. It has to defend shots. Has to do damage. This wasn't its map for it. And last but not least, you have Gamer, Tiger 2, 1 kill, 64 damage. And ironically, the Tiger 2 has almost 3,200 spotting.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because he came out from under the bridge, right, and ran to that rock, and he lit them. They all shot at him. Every single one of them shot at him. One bounced, the rest missed, and I think at that point he lit everybody, and then they got hard punished. His team definitely capitalized on that. But yeah,
I'm just surprised to see that Jamal didn't get any spotting damage whatsoever.
Yeah, no, he wasn't lighting them. That's what's really weird to me. But again, nobody was really there to shoot his spots. It was just him, really. So we've got sides switched. We'll see how USIFY decides to set up their defense here. I personally do not like the defense that we just saw. I know people do it, but you have to win that one line, right? I would much rather see like an aggressive play out of the defense team here. Whether that be you go down the one line push, take bowl, and then control the back end and push them all to the right side of the tracks like I was talking about. Or you try to just go mid, get early shots, whatever it is, right? I like to see an aggressive defense play. I don't think it's very smart to just sit in the back and cover the flag. I think you just put yourself up to get sniped and lose health. But it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? If you try to push that 1-2, or if you try to push mid-ridge, the enemy team may have their entire, the attacking team may have their entire team pushing down. And at that point, it basically just comes down to who pins their shots, right? I mean, it's tier 8s. It's not like you have a lot of health to work with here. I don't know about the rest of everybody in stream or chat and you darkness, but the weather is changing where I'm at. Like we're
Hmm.
transitioning from you know uh, like summer into fall. And golly, has it got my sinuses messed up.
Hmm. I know for me, especially playing marching band or doing marching band, and with the mouthpiece on metal, my lips are so chapped,
Oh,
it hurts.
I can imagine.
It's wet lips on metal in the
Yeah,
cold.
for sure. And y'all do that like throughout the winter too, right?
Hmm.
Rough. So over on USIFY side, we got Gino and Barask, T for TK Barask, Thrush in the Defender, Crazy in the Inferno, Mince Gamer in Tiger 2. He loves that tank. I don't think we've seen him in anything else except for the last game he was in Iron Rain, maybe? Oh, no, ISU. We got Flam in the Defender, Jamal in the Defender, and Monkeynomics and Stone Cold. I like their setup, but I'm afraid they're going to try to do the same thing. And they are.
Uh, Over on your six, you have a three thirty. I can't speak. Three T-32s with Beaver, Cutter, and Metallica. We have Monster and a Scourge, Ghost and a Defender, two Stone Colds, which are Mr. Irishman and Uncle Buck, and Brother Butane and a Sue 130 p.m.
Okay,
I think you
so
just, yeah.
the SU is going to be a kind of a disadvantage here. I think he's going to get some shots, but he's not going to stay concealed as like uh, Iron Rain or the new Panzer Jaeger.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, look at this. USFI is going to do exactly the play that I love. They are gonna attack
They're
on
just gonna
defense,
brawl.
and they're gonna
Yep.
run into an entire team. This is gonna be nuts here. It's just gonna come down to who pins their shots, right? I do like how ONUR6 does have a little bit of an angle though. This Stone Code's gonna have shots. Both Stone Codes are gonna have shots.
Yeah. I feel like the other one shouldn't be next to Mr. Irishman though. I mean, he's off in La La Land over there
He
doing
really
nothing.
is. Good pins coming out of
Yeah, a great focus fire by the T-32s. I have to commend them.
Yep. They're gonna get the Tiger 2 out.
Die. Jamal's gonna go down here.
Oh, this could be bad for US5. They're pushing into, I mean, sort of hold down tanks, honestly.
Yeah. Now the Brass have to come out here and either catch the field out or they have to try and focus out one Stone Cold at a time. But even with what 4 shots, that's not enough to kill one of them.
Yeah, on your
Yes, it hurt,
sixes.
but yeah.
On your sixes at a huge advantage here. Both Stone Codes put in damage on Brass.
Absolutely, and that T-32 DPM is just insane for being hold down as well.
It really is. They've bounced a lot of shots there. Big, huge pile of tanks going on here. It's really hard to even cover what all's going on. Basically, we're just seeing a lot of the red team die.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was a fast game, all right? But I talked about it before the match started. I love to see the defense push, but it's a double-edged knife, man. You could be pushing into an entire team. And look, On Your Six played that extremely smart. They sat back at the back at like J2, K2. You're not 100% hold down there, but you're hold down enough that when the attacking team's pushing through those buildings, they only have turrets to shoot at, basically. They can't see your lowers. They can kind of see your uppers. You're sort of hold down. Huge advantage to On Your Six there. GG's to them for playing that the way they did. They got kind of patient on their attack. I don't know if they expected that, but it kind of felt like maybe they did.
Yeah, especially with the bait of the T-32 upper plate, most of those guys probably think, "Oh, I can't pen a T-32 turret, but I can pen the upper plate." But that upper plate is so angled and so troll that it's
Exactly.
deceiving that you can take that.
So over on USIFY side, we got Chino and the Brass with 1,600 damage, which is the top of their team. Really got shut down here, honestly, by On Your Six. Got Crazy in the Inferno with 924. Jamal in the Defender with 893. Did pin both his shots, actually. Just got focused out. Flam in the Defender with 800. T for TK in the Brass, 1 kill, 700. Thrush in the Defender, 400. Mince Gamer also got focused out fast. 300 damage. Monkeynomics and the Stone Cold with 200 damage.
Now over on your sixth side, we have Brother Butane and a suit 230 PM, 2300 damage, 1 kill. That heat pen and just that overall alpha, just it starts adding up real quick.
For sure.
We have Metallica and a T32, 2 kills, about 2000 damage. Beaver and a T32, 1 kill, about 1800 damage. Irishman and Stone Cold, 1600 damage. And I'm telling you, man, Stone Cold, when you pump, it pumps.
It pumped.
Ghost, we got in a Defender, 1 kill, almost 1300 damage. Monster and the Spurs, about 1200 damage ish. Let's say that. Cutter and the T32, about 800 damage, 2 kills. And Uncle Buck and the Stone Cold, about 750, 1 kill.
You know, I was completely wrong. Looking at this stats. So it was really hard to follow, right? A lot of shots going on, a lot of tanks dying really fast. It's
Right.
kind of hard to follow. But I was thinking that ONUR6 was bouncing a lot. But they wasn't. They didn't bounce hardly anything. It was simply just ONUR6 was focus firing so well that they were deleting these guys fast enough that they couldn't even get but two, 3 shots apiece. The highest we see
Absolutely.
is 3 shots.
Absolutely. And with a T32 DPM, it's not even a matter of just not penny shots. The T32s, they're just firing more.
Yeah,
That's all it's coming down to. It's just the better reload that won.
that's crazy. So GG's ONUR6 there. They're gonna tie it up. I mean, we're 2-2 going into the
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker map, which is going to be Ghost Town. Now, here's the cool part. It's not an assault map anymore. It's tiebreaker, so they're going to encounter. Both these teams are very familiar with encounter mode on Ghost Town. It's been a tiebreaker map for tons of league.
Years.
Yeah, everybody plays this map. Obviously, you got to change up your lineup or your strat a little bit because it's tier 8. I fully expect to see some Calibans come out of USIFY here. They seem to use that thing a lot. And it could be a game changer. If that sucker pins you, you're losing a ton of hell.
And even if it hits you with HE, I mean, what? You shoot someone in a turret for 350, 400.
Yeah.
You're knocking out 2 crew members. You're breaking a gun. If you like, it's a waste of repair kit, but that's just kind of them sitting back for another minute waiting for the kid to come back in.
And you're taking a quarter of their health away. It really takes away their ability to be able to expose and shoot somebody.
And that gives time for the Caliban to sit there and load his shell again.
Yeah, in my opinion, the Caliban's kind of like a Type 5 on this map. I mean, it's going to whop you. And surprisingly enough, I've seen Ghost Town encounter in this tournament multiple times. I'm yet to see anybody play the Orochi, I think is what it's called. That thing's kind of a monster, I'm not going to lie. That little baby gun puts in a lot of work, and then you've got a nice little HE shell on it. It doesn't really bounce like a Type 5, obviously, but it does have a decent health pool. But I've not seen anybody play it, and I'm kind of sad about that.
Not a whole lot of variety. I mean, we've seen the Agia, we've seen Brass, Stone Colds, Vanguards, Dragon, but most of the time it's just sticking with the meta.
We're gonna see a lot of T56s and T32s right here. I mean, that's gonna be the thing. Oh wow, ONUR6 has got 3 Stone Colds, 3 T32s, an Icebreaker, and a Defender.
Push coming.
Yeah.
But with the Stone Colds and T32s, that's TPM Central.
Wow. That's going to be interesting. Let's go over and see what USIFY is working with. Yeah, just like I thought, a couple Calibans. I mean, that's gonna hurt somebody. A VK 101. I have not seen that yet. That's nuts. I mean, he's got health, right? I mean, I just feel like they're
just gonna be there as anchors. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a good gun. I mean, that thing's gonna hurt you. And honestly, he doesn't really have a lot to worry about. I think he could, if he plays it correctly, he could actually bounce some of the T32s and definitely the Stone Cold. Looks like both teams kind of going for like a standard Ghost Town encounter play here. USIFY is playing it a little different than... I think they're expecting this push. They've seen the lineup and they're expecting this push.
I mean, if Stone Cold plays correctly, they can just straight up kill Immense Gamer here. I mean, Buck's in a really good position. He can sit there and he gets big shots out of Gamer.
Yeah, it's going to be really dangerous for Cutter and Irishman to peek. But I think they're going to have to just... Oh, well, they know the Caliban's there. They may be able to delete the Caliban, actually. Oh, they're all shooting different targets. That's unfortunate.
Cross shot, yeah, from like 3 different things. And now let the crossfire commence. Look at his angles going on right now. Now the problem with tanks like the VK100 is that he's so big and beefy. He's just sitting in the back, not in a battle at all.
Yeah, I mean he's just now getting into the city, and he's going to be driving into 3 T-32s, which
right, and even then he's still so isolated, right?
I think the Iron Rain just got a shot in. Could be wrong. These T-30 or these Stone Codes are going to have to start putting in some damage back here.
Mm-hmm.
Buck's got Immense Gamer in the Tiger 2 in kind of a bad position, honestly.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not taking advantage of that.
They could really be working this guy over. He took a shot for that, but he was able to get Monkeynomics down to a 1. We'll see if Irishman's able to find an angle to pin him. I don't think he's going to have a shot on him. Buck needs to kind of focus out.
Yeah, sorry, you go first.
No, you can go ahead.
Now the question is, it's not a matter of if Monkeys and Buck are going to die. It's a matter of who's going to die first.
For sure.
I think at that point it's going to start the domino effect of who's really going to have the tide of the game.
Monkey went on a reload. I think he might be possibly... Oh, he reloaded again. I think he was going to try to load some HE there, but he changed his mind. T-32 from Metallica is coming around. Oh, did Iron Rain?
On T-32, yep.
Yep. That's not good for ONUR6 here. They're going to have to leave that corner alone. And they've rotated their other Stone Coat around. I'm not real sure if that was a good play by them, but we'll see if he can put in some work. I am very impressed that Buck is not trying to get shots on Immense Gamer here. Like, he can definitely get an angle on him. I mean, I guess he is low, right? He doesn't really want to risk it. And I don't think ONUR6 has the knowledge that they can free people. Oh. Interesting shot on the Iron Rain. Buck did go down.
Buck goes down. Yeah.
Monkeynomics is about loaded. He's going to put his clip into one of these two here any second now.
Yeah, Irishman going to come in and hopefully clip the Tiger 2. No.
Bounces. Tiger 2's playing very smart here. He's doing a really good job. Is that thing he's side scraping off of destructible? I don't think it is.
No. It's
wow.
like a quarter.
So he's been actually side scraping that the whole time. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
We got cap pressure on by USIFY, and they've got an overmatch here that they may decide to push.
Realistically, I think they should. I mean, Jamal's full health, he can just brute force the
good pin.
The wall.
Really good pin out of the VK. Because look, I mean, ultimately it's a defender here. It's kind of like an IS-7. He doesn't really have gun depression. He has to completely expose his lower to get shots.
Mm-hmm.
T-32 can still put in some work here. He's almost full health, but 3 tanks is going to be hard. They're going to get this defender out of here. Paladin almost, yep, he got him. VK's going to come around. VK's full health. I just actually noticed that. He's just going to meet this. So they've decided to finally collapse in on that and destroy it. This is a good round for USIFY. Honestly, I think ONUR6 had the better positioning at the beginning there. I think they...
I agree.
I think they lacked the maybe the knowledge on what they could have done, but they definitely had the better positioning. They had the angles. They could have deleted a few tanks. They just didn't take the advantage when the time was right, right? So I don't know if it was
Right.
like a maybe a misplay or they just didn't know, right? Maybe they had no knowledge of
I
where
think
the
it's a
couple
matter
of
of just
tanks were.
not knowing.
Yeah, but they definitely were in a better position early in the game. I really thought that was going to go in on your sixth favor, but good job to USIFY for bringing it back. Look, they've been undefeated in the whole tournament for a reason. I know they've been to a tiebreaker multiple times, but they definitely capitalized when it counts, right? So over on your sixth side, we got Uncle Buck coming in top of the team, Stone Cold 1378. Got Metallica in the T32 with 1100. Beaver in the T32 with 900, Cutter in the Stone Cold with 800, Irishman in the Stone Cold with 600, Ghost is Mad in the Defender with 400, Monster in the T32 with 300, and Brother coming in at the bottom in the Icebreaker with 0 damage.
Man, I really would have liked the icebreaker, but I just feel like it's so big and you're so flat that I just feel like, you put one shot in, you probably hit the dirt, and then you start getting cut and you start getting hurt, and it doesn't feel good.
No, for sure.
Now, over on USIFY side, you have Trush and Iron Rain, 1 kill, 25-41. He played pretty well. I really liked his position on the T32 in the center. He was able to get up in a high enough mountain to be able to shoot over some of the houses or shoot some of the apartments, and he was able to take out one of the T32s. Mets Gamer and Tiger 2, 1 kill, 2,300 damage. He played really well in that corner
Mm-hmm.
considering he had the cross shots on Uncle Buck and someone else. And realistically, I think it's just a lack of just not knowing. But if the Stone Cold knew they had overmatched, they could have loaded heat, went to the hill, pushed 6 shots into the Tiger 2, killed him, and then just like retreated.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
obviously, that's hindsight. It's different from our angle versus
For
theirs.
sure. For sure.
Monkey, Skoda, 2 kills, 2,000 damage. We have Jamal and VK, 1,700 damage. Crazy Mage, 1,400 damage in the Defender. Even in the Paladin, 2 kills, 800 damage. T for TK in the Caliban with 2 kills, 700 damage. And Gino in the Caliban for 600 damage.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, in my opinion, what cost on your six here was the fact that the Stone Colds just wasn't able to really make much progress on that right side. They could have went over into the
Absolutely.
dune,
I
took
agree.
out that Tiger 2, and then immediately worked out the T56 and then started getting cross shots into the city with the tanks that were battling. Um, it had that happen. I think they had that in the bag. Um, but I mean, it's hard, you know. I mean, we're not in the party. We don't know what they see. We don't know what's
Right.
going on. But that's definitely something that they could have done to clean that game up. But either way, GG's to both teams. On your six made it to the semifinals in the tournament. USY is going to move on to the finals, and they're going to face the winner of the match between TE and Decoy, which that match takes place on Saturday. So we'll know who's going to be in the finals Saturday night. Darkness, I want to thank you for joining me on the stream today. It was a pleasure having you on comms. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we can have you back again soon. And GG's to
Absolutely. Yeah,
TCL
it
for
was a
throwing
lot
on
of
a good
fun.
tournament. Yeah, no, thanks, man. I really appreciate you being here. It's definitely better to do these comp streams with somebody that can help you. It gets kind of hairy to kind of cover both teams, call everything all together with one guy.
Yeah,
And it's just not a good viewing experience. So I really appreciate you stepping up, buddy.
absolutely. You're only one person. I mean, you can only see so much, and it's nice to have someone else who has a different angle on things.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Chat, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Unfortunately, we don't have another match to go follow, so I'm gonna raid y'all out to somebody that's on playing tanks. We'll look at it. So stick around for that. If you're interested in TCL or any of the leagues, um, I can have a mod. They can drop. So World of Tanks console is doing this thing now where they're supporting the comp community. There's a certain amount
Which
of
is
leagues.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's
it
great.
is. So they're gonna offer rewards, things like that. So there's a certain amount of leagues that are in there. It's in one Discord for all the leagues. Mods, when y'all hear this, just drop a link to that Discord server in the chat. And same thing for TCL. If you're interested in TCL, he can drop a link to his server in there as well. And if you're somebody in the stream that's looking to join a team, you don't play comp currently, or your team wants to get in comp, just say something in chat. Anybody be more than happy to help you out. There's a ton of people here that are comp or running tournaments. So I really appreciate y'all. Stick around after the 5-minute delay's over, and we'll get you over to somebody that's playing tank. Thanks, Darkness, again too.
Absolutely.
Hey, Noodle, let me take him out. Like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes. Then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks, cause